NATO is currently negotiating with its member states on the components of a proposed new defense spending target of 5% of GDP, according to a report by Bloomberg. The proposed framework divides this total into 3.5% for direct military expenditures and 1.5% for defense-related spending. Citing sources familiar with the matter, Bloomberg reports that Kyiv is urging NATO to count aid to Ukraine within this 1.5% category. This would help maintain support levels as NATO has not yet committed to renewing last year's €40 billion aid pledge to Ukraine. Broader definitions under discussion. The draft proposal suggests that the 1.5% defense-related spending could include areas like protection of critical infrastructure, non-military intelligence operations, and space programs. A broader definition would make it easier for member states to meet the target, some of whom have pushed for the inclusion of expenditures like counterterrorism operations. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte stated this week that he expects allies to support the new 5% target. Negotiations will continue within NATO's Policy and Planning Committee, with the next session scheduled for June 28th. The proposal remains subject to change as discussions evolve. Infrastructure projects, particularly those improving military mobility, are expected to count toward the new goals, provided they support NATO defense plans or are linked to essential defense spending. Southern NATO countries are advocating for the inclusion of costs related to counterterrorism. There is also debate over recognizing dual-use goods and infrastructure as qualifying expenditures, a shift in NATO's spending ambitions. The push for a 5% defense spending target originated with former U.S. President Donald Trump, who earlier this year demanded higher contributions from allies. He threatened to pull the U.S. out of NATO or limit protection to those countries meeting spending benchmarks. Though initially considered unrealistic, the proposal has gained traction amid rising geopolitical tensions. NATO's most recent annual report, released in April, showed that only 23 of its 32 members currently meet the existing 2% GDP target. However, all are expected to reach it by summer.